Good morning and welcome to Coffee and Cards. Today is Thursday, January 14th. We are a full 2 weeks into 2021. Let's see what the messages from the universe as a collective are today. If you're just joining me, know that I do shuffle off camera in order to make the video shorter for you guys. We're going to jump right into it. Our first card is going to come from the Numerology guidance. And our card for today is number 16. That's Rebirth. 16 resonates to a 7. And this can symbolize strategy and choices. So there's been a death of something. And we're being reborn. And with that, it allows us to make choices. We're being encouraged to trust and believe that a magical future awaits, but we need to rid the old, which could be wounds and trauma, in order to make time for the new. It's time to reevaluate our core values, to examine our life, eliminate anything that's superficial and doesn't align with our higher self. This really means letting go of any ego-based thoughts or behavior to be more authentic and humble. Transformation is inevitable, so know that this is a very exciting time. It's up to us as a co-creator with the divine to become the best person we can be and have the best life we can be for our highest good. Our first tarot card of the day comes from the Santa Muerte Tarot. And our card for today is the Ten of Pentacles. So tens equal end of cycles, just as this card is depicted with the butterfly and its transformation. This indicates that a change was vitally necessary in our lives. However, we will continue to progress because the Ten of Pentacles pushes us to go beyond just the material world and bring abundance to other areas of our life. Only fear of letting go of a life in a stable but past situation could create problems and uncertainty. So just push forward and try to leave the past behind. The advice of the dead for today is to aim what we have gained or earned in other directions and evaluate every decision properly. And with this isn't just about ourselves as we push for prosperity in our lives. We are going to, exude that onto other people in our lives. So, what we put out, we get back. Our next tarot of the day comes from the Muse Tarot. And what we have is the Four of Materials. That's actually the Pentacles in this deck. And, 4 is all about evaluating and creating solid foundations, taking a time to rest in order to step into your abundance, letting go of lack, building for the future, knowing that you're protected and generous. So your muse wants to remind you that you're always safe and that while material extras are always nice to have, just take some time to build and watch. Material things are not always necessary for your joy. Our last tarot card of the day comes from the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. And our card for today, oh wow. So the last card in the Muse that we pulled was the Four of Materials, which is Pentacles. We've again drawn the Four of Pentacles. And in this deck, this equates to greed. So this card represents that we may be overly attached to material things or a person, that we are obsessed. It's making us insecure and selfish because we don't care about anyone's necessities but our own. We could be hoarding material things that are irrelevant, and we could be becoming very stingy with our money. It also indicates that we don't know what losing is. These decks obviously are, created by writers, so they they're going to differ. In the traditional tarot, you usually see the man with the 2 pentacles at his feet and the 2 pentacles at his hand, and he is holding on, you know, very tightly to his possessions. This is you know, a little more aligned with the traditional tarot, which means gaining stability. So this really is a message to us to let go of any greed and to just be humble and know that stable is enough because we are divinely provided for. Our first oracle today comes from the Alice in Wonderland oracle. And what we've drawn is 41, which resonates to a 5, which is changes. And this is forget who you are. Conditioning falls away. Your memory no longer defines you. This means that we are in a change and gaining a new experience. And it's one in which we really have no idea of who we are anymore. This apparent loss can actually be a beautiful gift. The loss of memory of oneself or the absence of a conditioning that's always defined us means that we can approach people and situations with freshness and an innocence. It's really an opportunity to connect from our heart. When we forget what we've been taught to fear or hate, it brings a new opportunity for beautiful relationships to blossom, and this is our situation now. We need to forget who we tell ourselves we are and forget what others have told us that we ought to be. Forget avoidance and fears that we live with for too often. Reawaken the innocence of our soul and accept our mystery. And within that open space, when we return to our most natural self, we can be whole again. Because we're discovering what can happen when we rely less on conditioning and memory and more on receptivity. New friendships and connections and joy will be ours. Our next card comes from the Enchanted Map. And it flipped into reverse. So it's 40. There's another 4. 4 must be the number for the day. So follow the leader in reverse. This is actually going to go in conjunction with forgetting who we are in the last card. Because this is a gentle push from the universe to get up and take the lead and to not follow what other people have said about us. It's about mustering our courage and speaking our needs out loud and affirming what we like and what we feel. Don't just hope for someone else to fix the problems or, as in the last card, telling us who we should be, how we should feel. It's about taking up the initiative to draw up plans. When manifesting, it's to be clear and bold about our intentions. We need to begin discussions about how things really are and how to make a situation work for our highest good. And, you know, it's a gentle push, but it's kind of a reminder to not stay stuck. So to start this as soon as possible. Our next Wisdom of the Oracle card for today is number 51. It resonates to a 6. It's the Milk and Honey. I equate this card to nourishment and sweetness. And this is kind of a card of abundance. It's the taste of prosperity and opportunities born of our authenticity and trusting that our needs will be met. And this kind of goes back to Alice in Wonderland, where we're forgetting who, you know, we were told who we thought we should be and becoming our, you know, authentic self. This is actually a time to savor and enjoy what we have already manifested. This resonates to a 6. So we're clearly, you know, not at that 10 completion number. But these times are precious. Abundance is an energy that we're a living part of. And we know that we can always go backwards in abundance. But right now, we're being nourished in every form. This can be with relationships. This can be a really sweet time right now, and it's time to show gratitude. This version of ourself is Spirit's gift to us, and it allows us to let our ego rest so that we can really illuminate on our purpose and seek our true north towards our 10, our completeness, our wholeness. And right now, with every choice we make, there's potential to seize good fortune and embrace our destiny. We just need to be open and know that we're divinely guided. This is actually a really positive card and goes along with, not following the leader, just as in the previous card. This can come from a rebirth, as in the numerology card that I pulled first. This is also a time for us to, as you see the elephant in a bath, it's to practice self-care. And it's feeling love and compassion for ourselves first. We always need to love ourselves first. That is the thing that we need to do in order to heal and to move forward. And our last card of the day is actually what is in our blind spot for today. And by the way, this is the only card that I do not clear with selenite before I shuffle them, because that's the instructions of the deck. This deck is to absorb all energies and see what's in our blind spot. It is clarified by seagulls, and it's actually a very in-depth deck. So sometimes I stumble through the reading of this. 34 is saying that we could be running away from our emotions. What we do not see is that an important personal truth is underneath the emotion we're trying to hide away from. And it's that we could have been that we were not allowed to see certain emotions, to see them as valid. This goes back to, forgetting who we are and who we're taught that we should be. This means that every time we feel a negative emotion, we're going to respond to it because it's how we've been conditioned. And I believe that actual Alice in Wonderland card said conditioning falls away. This comes through denial because we believe it shouldn't exist. We reject our own emotions, so we're not being, our authentic self. And we need to turn towards our emotions instead of shying away from them. And this is also a card of overreaction. Overreaction is a natural thing, and everybody does it. And deep down, it's because we can feel unseen, unheard, or unloved. There's a distrust and a dislike. This is also, pay attention to the people that we interact with, and see why they're acting the way they are. Their outward projection is an inward projection of themselves. Emotions function kind of like a compass. So this is all about, again, finding our true north. We need to choose with our own free will to be present with the emotions that we feel, because every emotion is valid. Sit with each emotion and listen to the personal truth that's being conveyed. And acknowledge and learn to express that underneath these emotions will continue to feel toxic if they are not dealt with. And, 34 resonates to a 7. That's kind of the card of choices. Like you see in the traditional tarot with the 7 cups. This can also mean trickery, and this is, being told who we are. And it's kind of gaining a balance for our insight. I really hope that this message helps you today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. This will help grow the channel. If you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate you coming back. And until next time, be the change you wish to see in this world. Have a great Thursday.